God, this has been a long time in coming. Where do I bloody start? So, don't know, 9-10 months ago, got inboxed by people left, right, and centre. I think that's the only way of describing it to you. And they were all saying the same thing. There's an Ultimo in Warrington. I was like, right, okay. I do really want an Ultimo. Scared it'd be chipped. And the woman pretty much was told, listen, don't sell this Ultimo to anybody else, sell it to James. So Callum went over and picked it up for me. I paid him, I think I saw him the next week, paid him the money for it. And it sat in a container in Manchester for 9 months because I didn't have room. Truth is, I'm almost at that. I've got room stage at the moment. Almost at that. I've got room stage. That's a repair, by the way. It's not mine. It's got a lamp loom fault. There's a Fright Night sat on my decking outside. That's not mine. That's going to Blackpool. And then in like the ginnel next to my house, there is a Red Hot 6 and a Pulsar cabinet, which I honestly don't know if I can fix. So my intention with this machine is, I'm going to have a play. My intention with this machine is to try the empty. So I went down to, hey, that's 0.2. I went down to, I can't remember who I was with. I think I was with Juz. I'm going to say I was probably with Juz. I went down to Tunbridge and saw Kev. Can you fix it or what, Kev? And Kev fixed it. No doubt about it. It got me the unchipped ROMs for it. 0.2 ROMs instead of the 0.4 that this was actually running. I'm currently full. And as you can see by the green key, anybody who knows the inside of a fruit machine will tell you I'm sat on 78%, £25 jackpot, and 30p play. So that's what I'm sat on at the moment. There is no locks inside it. I'll just lock it up. There you go. There's no locks on it because I stole them all and gave them to Callum. He needed the locks more than I did, and I don't really need locks at home, the truth be told. So yeah, sat next to my unchipped lock and load. I now have an unchipped Ultimo. I'm going to play it for a bit. Whether I'll play it for a bit, turns into a 16-part episodic drama, I don't know. Purely because I may sit in the tent full empty. Now, let's put this into some kind of perspective for you. When we were doing these on the roads, I remember one particular trip with my mate Pete when we went down to ATEI, which is, as I'm doing my cup of tea, he's now better known as Ice. Ice used to be upstairs. It was so little. ATEI used to be pretty much the showcase event. They did loads all over the country, but ATEI was like the big one. Early 2000s, it was full of players who'd got in, myself included. I used to go as a guest of Empire. But yeah, loads and loads of players used to go to ATEI in London. And I remember us driving down, and I remember sleeping in the car for a good 6 hours while Pete went into, I'm going to say it's Toddington southbound. I'm going to say that's where it was. It had obviously just been run. And he sat on it for over 6 hours to empty it. He did empty it. And a lot of people didn't believe these could be emptied or didn't know they could be emptied. The last remaining one that I consistently played was on Blackpool Pleasure Beach. There was others that I did play, but that's the last one. That lasted for an awful long time. And it was in the pub next to the Avalanche, and it lasted for ages. And that was a ball lake. We used to go in and do that on a low percentage. The crux of the trick's pretty straightforward. The idea is you maximise every board. You go for let-em spins where kind of applicable. Particularly, you go for let-em spins on mixed sevens, especially when you're high up the trail. And I'd say your biggest problem that you get with this machine is we're on a Revolution, Battle Axe, Golden Dragon. That's 2 features. I think they thought making that 1 feature kind of prevented the empty. That's all I can assume anyway. And yeah, the trick is to maximise every board. That's pretty much it. It goes through dead spells, it goes through good spells. Obviously, your intentions to pot it. And there's no shuffle like you would get on some of the other similar games. And it also, small wins, you do need to bring them in, whereas you don't really need to bring them in as much on some of the others. They're kind of paramount to the piece, because as you're sitting there, that's just gone. Well, you can have 2 20p's, which is no real use. It's alright when you get up to sort of £2 plus, because even if it's dropping you 2 in, it's giving you £1 each time. Bit futile. I probably just took £2 just in case it goes to 3. That was just scrounged an extra £1 out of it. It can be a bit brutal when you're carrying nudges. A lot of the time there's no point of carrying your nudges. I'll gamble that. You have to take the odd risk as well, as, again, no point in not taking the risk really. Just by 10p. And it can be a very long and involved trick. I mean, I think the first thing I did with it was I potted it pretty much straight away. I think I've had a couple of pots off it, to be honest with you, since I've had it. It was on all quids. I've literally only just banged an updated mech into it. Pointless, really. I just knew it wouldn't have held, or it's very, very unlikely that it'd have held the nudges. Also, it can do some weird things with the holding nudges. Not as weird as the... should help that one. Not as weird as the rechip does some bizarre things. Never gamble your cash wins, pointless, just lose. And it will go through some, it'll go through some very good and some very bad spells, this as well. Obviously 2 nudges being kind of important to the piece, I wouldn't be interested in that one there. You want steps there. You're looking for the usual stuff, selectors, added extras, freeboard. The only difference is this cannot kill safe. And so it's a little pause. It will do that when you're high up. When you're too high up on the numbers, it'll really have to think about what it's doing potentially. 4 up there. There's nothing there, is there? Probably won't hold again. Yeah. I would have, at choice, probably gone for a let 'em spin if there'd have been anything worth a let 'em spin. Just have a quick swig of the old cuppa. That's a setup. Obviously, I've got no chance with one step to get it, but I'm 5 nudges away from a nearest win setup. I'm 3 nudges, but I need 4 features. Like, the reality is I'm not going to get 3 features, unfortunately. Sadly, there's no way of me getting 3 features there with no help, no steps. Because you'd have just brought the jackpots down instead, obviously. So as you can see, it's easy to show you. So for example, there, I do one more feature that if you've seen a many Revolution video, many Ultimo video. I gamble it just to show you it's gonna lose, and Cashlink will give me probably £2 anyway. But I should have really just took the £3, stop fanning about. Yeah, it's gonna be £2. So it's wasted £1 showing you we're going to win the gamble. Would have been a realistic chance that if I'd have had 2 steps maybe. It was nice for it to drop the 3 when it didn't have to. Yeah, hit it. I mean, see, it has got some value in it at the moment. It's not playing horrendously. Just hasn't given me a chance yet. Hasn't given me a trail shot. Hasn't given me a selector. Added extra. It's obviously just whether, if you do get one, whether that one will set it off or not. It may set it off. It may not set it off. Somebody's decided to phone in me. I won't tell you who it was, just because he'll shout at me because of what name I'll use. So I suppose he would know. Also, a lot of people don't believe holding that way round's a shout, but as I've shown you, it will win. I'm just going to shift these coins out of here a minute. So in that situation, it's obviously no danger bringing it in. Doesn't move a potential low call or anything away. In fact, makes nearest win nearer. I'm gonna have to gamble it. Will probably do me. It has done. Always annoying when you lose a board, but there are times where you have to. Or you have to risk it. That was worth the risk. Been quite nice in the fact that it's consistently let me get £3 off that. Like I said, it can be very, 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 very long and involved trick. This it's not necessarily quick. It's not necessarily all action. Nothing I can really do. I'd like to cancel it. I just don't think it will. It can win. Not really from there, I'm not. So obviously if that's up here, 5-step board, aren't I? To 11. Not a lot you can do with that. Also, it doesn't have to hit the lowest symbol as you send there. It relatively fair, I would say. Even when you've got cherry there, it's often worth taking a run around because it can give you 4 or 5 quid. Usually after it's run, it'll do odd things like 8 quids and stuff, 6 quids. Again, shit with 1-step board, can't do a lot. And a lot of your boards are like, I probably should just take my reflex there. No point in gambling. Hopefully people realise now, just by watching me playing this one at the moment, why it could take you so long to do one. Like, we're talking hours. I know I'm 16 minutes in. I can't control what it does, unfortunately, to the point where I can't make loads of flashy lights and it gives you a jackpot, unless it gives me some reasonable chances to pass it. In this situation here, I would obviously keep the step. There's no benefit going to a 10. So I had a couple more quid. It's in really good nick. I'll tell you a little backstory to it now as well. So, lady that I got it from, sure it was Warrington area. It was, I think she said it was her nephew's. Oh, I won't be carrying a nudge. Feel hard done by. Yeah, it was a nephew's, and he sadly died. I will look through my old messages and just see if I can find a link. I think she was more pleased it was going to somebody who was going to enjoy it. See how it's managed to completely demolition job a 4-step board there and just go, you're having nothing. You get roughly 12 picks, by the way, on them. Yeah, so he sadly died, so she was selling it on his behalf. Can't remember the nature of him dying, sadly. So I'd like to be able to put more kind of into it, but I think there's an added extra board. I should have waited maybe and waited for it to come round in case it wanted to offer me a 9. That was probably a bit too quick. Terrible setup. I'm gonna have to hit it. Right, we need 7. No. One above. That's not gonna help me at all. I know it's pointless. It's pointless. So I can get 5 quid I don't really particularly want, but I'll lose my step. I didn't expect to win. I would have liked to step there. Ah. Annoying. Blue above, blue above, blue above. Maybe get a melon. Wasn't actually that far from jackpot there, you know. Like two more nudges potentially. You'd have got jackpot on nearest swim. I think it'll probably gamble up. This is actually quite a crap situation for me. By the way, it can hit it. The only way that was going down was if it's the same as in terms of programming as Battle Axe Dragon, that it goes up. The only time it'll ever go down is if you accidentally set yourself up a shocking win, and then it'll go, wait a minute, I can give you £2 if you gamble there. There's a pound on floor. I'll go and retrieve it in a minute. I actually don't know. The pound went behind me. Let me grab the quid. It went behind me. Top that back up again. Two steps would have been of use. One's pretty much 0. I know it'll be potentially a couple of weeks before any of you lot see this video. What I will say on the small Blackpool arcade is, I think, got like a low risk it. It's going to do me, is it? No. Some of the negative comments are a tiny bit frustrating. I mean, obviously I know Callum quite well. He comes out with me from time to time. He had an absolutely superb collection. He had some great machines that he doesn't currently have anymore. And I'm going to put this in the best light I can. When you're struggling for money and you've had to sell stuff, and people are going, well, it's not as good as the lineup in there. It's nowhere near as good. There's nothing special in there. Let me tell you something. Some of those special machines that are in other arcades, he used to own. And because of sort of the financial situation he found himself in during COVID, he simply could not afford to keep them all. You know, you've got a hot rod. It's in Weston. That was Callum's. There's other machines that have ended up around and about the place. He had a Crystal Maze. He's had loads. I mean, I can't even begin to list some of the stuff that he's had. He had some 80s stuff. He's had some absolutely ridiculous machines, and unfortunately at times push has to come to shove on it. You know, he's not the only person that's been in that situation. COVID killed him. I think from the arcade perspective, you know, the fact that he's opened up without having his window decals on the outside, without having his custom blinds on the inside without having his flooring down. You know, he made a promise he was going to get the place open. I'll risk it. I probably shouldn't, but I can't see it winning, holding first and foremost. But if it holds, it'll probably go down to 0 anyway. But I've not got enough nudges to get it mixed in, so it was really a no-brainer, that situation. I could have gone for cherries, but what was the point? Yeah, I mean, about the flooring down. So I mean, there's things that haven't been done. You know, I know Matt from One Tech gave him a couple of good steers on a few bits and pieces. He's been in the same situation. It will take time to not only open up, but to get his machines the way that they should be, in terms of like reliability and that sort of stuff. But I don't know where any other arcade owner would think their retro fruit machines come from, because they all come from the same place. There is no retro arcade warehouse that lives out there. No point of holding this, I don't think. I probably should have just gone for my cherries. I might start doing that a bit. Yeah, I don't know where they think their machines come from. I genuinely don't know where they think their machines come from. They come from homes. They come from collectors. They come from eBay. They come from Facebook Marketplace. They all come from the same places. And if anybody who tells me any different is chatting, because quite on it, I've got to hit that. Yeah, I'd Twitter. I need to keep my step. Yeah, anybody who says anything different, honestly, they're just chatting. And they're only as good, the machines, as the spares that people have got. They're only as good as the people that are repairing them and keeping them going. You know, you need the right people on board, don't care who you are, to keep your machines going for you, unless you can do it yourself. And a lot of people can't do it themselves. They just can't fix them, because they don't have the parts. You know, not everybody's got the level of parts that Ben's got. You know, not everybody's got the level of parts that Alan Frost got. Not everybody's got the level of parts that some of the other people have got. And I'll tell you now, you know, if you people like Wes, people like Dave, they've all accumulated the parts over a very long period of time. And not only have they accumulated them over a period of time, they've had to go and find stuff to make it work. I mean, you know, nobody's got the collection of parts Dave's got. Don't matter who you are. Nobody's got spares of absolutely everything. And I've had conversations with Dave, and I've said, you know, can't get hold of one of these for love nor money. And he's going, oh, I've got hundreds of them. And he has got hundreds of them, but he wouldn't even be aware that some of the things were hard to get hold of. You know, that's how much in terms of stuff that he's got. You don't build an empire overnight. You don't build a retro arcade overnight. It takes time, and that one's taken, I don't know, three. That's got a bit of pound on it. That's took 3 years. Maybe more, 4. And I'll tell you now, they ain't got all the parts that they'd like to have. But I'd say in the main, most of the stuff that I've seen has been wholly positive. Just missed it. It'd be nice to see more and more pop up. Simple as that. And while I would personally like to see them all have AGCs, I'm not bothered about it. Makes no odds to me. More about the collections and the collectors, to be honest with you. Keeping them alive, preserving them. Where was that set up when I needed it? I had 4-step boards and chances. Reflex. I think the best bit about these is generally after they've streaked, because they actually start to play completely differently once they've streaked. It's in pretty good nick this as well. There's a little tiny bit of a lamp mask pulled away a tiny bit in the top corner. I need to spend a little bit of time. Hold. That was a chance. Can't do a lot with that either. Yeah, I like doing that. That's why a lot of the time you might as well just use your nudges up. That's not what I wanted. I was hoping to get into a feature there. That'd be nice, give me the fiver. In 32 minutes, I've had one £7 win. And this is why this can be incredibly, incredibly hard work to do. I would say this is less exciting than a gold strike. And they were also fairly boring. Not as boring as this, though. It's going a little block at the moment, like lots of things. Normally when they're numbers in view in there, that's generally a sign. Done it again. Another 190. Started off so well with them. What the fuck? Can I get a 2? Can I get a fucking 2? No. Can't. I get a 4 and a 4 or a 5, which is very, very annoying. Very annoying. That feels harsh. Surely there must be some sort of value in it if it's doing stuff like that. He says after 34 minutes of degenerating a machine. I said the only thing that changes with these from the others is the fact that it can't kill the safe gamble. Whereas the others could kill safe gamble, so these can't. Gone for a nice little clam up, hasn't it? A little bit tempted to hold on to my nudges there. That's got a change machine in here, isn't it? The only thing I don't really want to say it's a 3. It's the only thing I didn't want it to say it. $20 in, which is slightly frustrating. Throw the tenner at it. Oh, and a key. I've got a key in my hand for some unknown reason. Look, 7 would be alright there. Gotta be a bit careful here. I think the shout is to step it and take to cash grabber. They've got to. Right, below. So I've got that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's just bring these down in it. Oh, be nice. No, it's not street. I think it's good for videos purposes. It's not street. I'm gonna hold on to that this time. Oh dear. I've just got. I intend on doing that. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, I'll leave that mistake in. I meant to cancel my nudges, not collect a win. You know, the nudges I hadn't taken. See, happens to us all. Anyone think it's easy holding the camera? It ain't. Nothing I could do there. Yeah, I needed 2 more nudges for £5. So I definitely threw £5 away there. Notice how it has an L1 for forever. Right, just try not to throw away money. Yeah, so that one you would always take the £1. It's not going anywhere, this board anyway, to be honest with you. Set the reflex. I mean, I could have had Cash Link right off the bat, but they're basically the same. My arm is slowly starting to hurt after 40 minutes holding this camera. Yeah, I think if I've only done one stupid thing so far, it's probably quite good. Yeah, nudges. This guy's step. That 5 that does come in handy sometimes. Life. I'm pretty much. There's no point of it. I'd love to hit that low. I'd love to be able to hit it low and get to 7, but it ain't going to happen. You're pretty much dead. Just take 5. Accept it. Do you know what'll make me cheer up a little bit? So, a little swig of my brew. Right, I think after 43 minutes we'll leave it there for now. Sadly it will drop the bank, by the way, if I turn it off, so I might have another little session on it later on today. In fact, it'll do that regardless. So what I'll do, I will leave it like that for you. Yeah? Seems like a sensible solution. Right, okie dokie. Done, I guess. Is it? Are we going to have 2 or 3 more videos or 10 more videos? We'll see how I feel.